Current updates on Elon Musk's companies, robot arms to help a robot dog, smart fabric from Microsoft, an impressive update from Hummer EV, Google artificial intelligence on the guard of the US borders, and other high-tech news. In the near future, users will be able to test space from Internet Starlink. Now the company SpaceX sends out emails inviting you to take part in beta testing, and the App Store has an official application of the service for its iOS platform. Beta test participants can expect the internet connection speeds to be between 50 and 150 megabits per second, with a delay level of around 20 to 40 milliseconds. The company also warns that for some time there may be no satellite connection at all, which will explain the small number of satellites being used. It is pointed out that by the summer, SpaceX plans to reduce internet connection delays from 16 to 19 milliseconds, and at the same time, the beta test itself will be paid for and will require a special ground terminal, an antenna, and a Wi-Fi router. The cost of this equipment is roughly $499, and a monthly subscription will be required with a price of around $99. NASA announced that the manned SpaceX Crew Dragon will go to the ISS on November 14th. The launch was to take place at the end of October, but it was canceled beforehand due to reasons found on another mission involving Falcon 9. Currently, those previous failure causes have been fixed, and now a new launch date has been set, which should be the first launch of the regular Crew 1 flights to and from the ISS. The ship will launch not 3 but 4 astronauts, which will increase the number of shift crews on the ISS from 6 to 7 people. Tesla has begun beta testing a full-fledged Autopilot program, using for this the most accurate current owners of the electric cars. But over time, full self-driving betas will be available to more and more drivers, and by the end of this year, it's promised to release the final version of the Autopilot to all owners of Tesla. Currently, already in beta, a version of the car that can independently pass all kinds of intersections, turn, pass pedestrians on the crosswalks, and bypass parked cars and other obstacles in its path. Autopilot has been taught to distinguish between traffic light signals and respond to stop signs. The system makes sure that the driver keeps his hands on the steering wheel at all times and is able to correct small errors that Autopilot may make. Driving maneuvers currently serve for training of the neural network, and if a person does not follow the rules and takes their hands off the steering wheel, the car will just go and park. Also, according to Elon Musk, he recently announced that the next killer product of Tesla will not be a Cybertruck with a solar roof. Although the technology of the product Tesla announced back in 2016, so far the project has experienced various difficulties associated with both the installation and with a wire fire within the roof. Now the company has announced that it has improved this technology, reduced the price of the product, and is ready for large-scale implementation. According to Elon, these roofs will be like printers that print money, as they can save owners up to $500 per year on electricity. In China, they are trying to solve the problem of charging electric cars with a record-fast battery replacement. The country has started to have replacement stations with speeds ranging from 30 seconds up to 3 minutes. The technology is expensive, which hinders the growth of the stations, but companies will rely on government subsidy programs to help build thousands of these stations throughout the country and abroad. Boston Dynamics has already managed to sell about 260 units of the robot Spot, and buyers around the world are looking for new ways to use the robot. So far, researchers at the University of Bristol decided to use their robot to create a 3D map of the level of radioactive contamination in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Radiometric and geophysical work was carried out on the property of the most affected by the radiation Red Forest and disposal sites of radioactive waste Podlesny and Buryakovka. The robot was inserted and removed with the help of air drones. In other news around Spot, it finally received the long-promised robot arm, which with the help of it will be able to open doors, drawers, turn handles, and possibly work with some other types of tools. In addition, the robot has been taught to stand up and recharge itself. In theory, this means a noticeable increase in its capabilities and range. The price of the robot is still unknown, however, it will appear on sale in 2021. Samsung has introduced a system of autonomous management sea ships. The work of the Autopilot company has demonstrated on a tugboat Samsung T8, conducting its monitoring from the shore control center at a distance of 241 kilometers from the tugboat. The company demonstrated both autonomous movements of the tugboat and remote control movements. The onboard collision avoidance system was also tested. The 38-meter-long tugboat with a gross tonnage of 300 tons was safely able to make a voyage of 9 kilometers without any human intervention. All this time, the autonomous sea navigation system kept the tugboat on the given route, identifying potential dangers and correcting when needed. British military helicopters AW159 Wildcats received detachable external sensors in the form of a partially autonomous drone from Callen-Lenz. The Italian company Leonardo has integrated a significant part of the routine tasks related to the drone control into the Wildcat mission system with an intelligent pilot support system. Pilots can now control the vehicle directly, set flight control points, or work with the drone payload. It should be noted that in addition of the new and old manned vehicles with drones and swarms of drones, it's now considered one of the most promising areas of military equipment development. Microsoft developers presented an unexpected project, a smart fabric capable of recognizing food, drinks, and other objects on the table to the touch. The fabric uses a combination of capacitive grid electrodes and machine learning to measure the material and shape of each object. The technology is not yet perfect and doesn't know how to recognize, for example, metal objects. But in the future, scientists hope to create a smart tablecloth that will help chefs by changing the weight and volume of food in addition to counting the color of the food eaten. MIT developed a robotic boat for 2 passengers for Amsterdam residents. The Rowboat 2 is about 2 meters long and is equipped with 4 propellers, which allow it to move in any direction. The rowboat uses LiDAR, GPS, and inertial sensors to help the boat navigate, and individual Rowboat 2 can be assembled into larger boats. The current version of the boat moves autonomously through city channels for up to 3 hours, collecting data and returning to where it sailed from. The new Hummer EV from GMC is able to adjust the height of the suspension itself and bypass any obstacle, moving like a crab. 3 1,000 horsepower electric motors accelerate the car from 0 to 95 kilometers an hour in about 3 seconds. The new crab walk mode allows the car to turn all 4 wheels and move diagonally to overcome narrow, rocky sections of the road. Also, the new Hummer is able to lift the suspension of the car by 15 centimeters to overcome large obstacles. Google's artificial intelligence is used to track and identify people on the border of the United States and Mexico. The military itself does not disclose the details of the contract, but given that Google is actively promoting a powerful cloud-based image recognition technology through its Vision AI product, these features will be extremely useful to the government, which plans to install camera towers along the border regions. American startup Sonin Hybrid presented the drone Recruit. It's designed for rescue operations and can reach speeds of up to 255 kilometers per hour. The drone is equipped with a 360-degree video camera, infrared sensor, 6,000 lumens headlight, and a loudspeaker. Thanks to a gasoline engine that can continuously charge the batteries, the drone can stay in the air for up to 3 hours. Recruit can move independently or be controlled by the operator. This device has already been tested and mass production has started. It's planned that it will be on sale at the end of the year. NASA's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft successfully took the first soil samples from the asteroid's surface using its manipulator. Delivery of the samples to Earth is expected in 2023. Developer David Zarruka introduced the AmphiSTAR drone, which is capable of moving swiftly on the ground and on water. This robot, inspired by the structure of cockroaches and lizards, can reach speeds of up to 3.5 milliseconds on land and 1.5 milliseconds on water, switching seamlessly between the 2 modes. New test footage of Uranus-6, a combat robot designed for demining, has entered the network. In the video, the robot is laying land army passages through minefields and destroying explosive devices. This robot can be controlled by an operator for distances of up to 1 kilometer per hour. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hey, let us know in the comments, which of these technologies from the video today did you find the most interesting?